contractors are actually letting us down, because you'll find that in our own areas like Endebess and Trans-Nzoia, West Pokot, Uasin Gishu, and all that area, Nandi, we have a big challenge with the contractors who have been given this work. Occasionally, they've been telling us at one time materials have not arrived, and the work is actually, they are doing incomplete work. And therefore, I think if you could direct that the CEO, KPLC, the PS, and the minister, the cabinet secretary, the Honorable Pio Andai, appears in this house as soon as possible, maybe even in a week's time, although now we are going on recess, but the next, maybe when we come back again from recess, they should appear in this house so that they can respond. Meanwhile, while the committee is also addressing the issue. Honorable Speaker, this is a very critical issue affecting our constituents, and it is taken a long time since we raised this matter, but we are not seeing any solution coming in place. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I'll give those first who have their cards. Honorable Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think it's a matter. This House needs to take it more serious than we are doing, Honorable Speaker. I remember last week but one, when the same matter came up, and it was agreed that we need, I would propose we do a kamkunj with the minister and the CEOs of the concerned ministry, Honorable Speaker. Because this matter, Honorable Members, if you don't address it, it will send majority of you home. I can tell you for sure. I've paid money called matching grant for the last 4 years to RELEC. Matching grant is money which comes from the CDF kit. And up to now, nothing has been done. Imagine what would be the impact. And Kenyans are crying for power, Honorable Speaker. They want electricity. So, Honorable Speaker, I think really you need to help us from where you sit, Honorable Speaker. As soon as possible, we need to have this meeting with this ministry so that we can settle to the issues. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Meli.
Madam Speaker, I want to agree with my colleagues that this issue of AFD4, AFD3, and electricity connectivity across the country is costing us a lot of political mileage in this country. That the money has been actually expended, and the CEO, the PS, the CS, looks like they are not up to the game, because every other time you go across, the contractors say they have just left the poles somewhere, as if taking poles and putting them on the roadside and erecting them, and even doing two lines looks like it is connectivity. I think the real issue is that the CS and the PS and the CEO has to come to the floor of the House. And I think the Speaker, you will assist us as the membership of the House to make sure that the contractors are working. And there should be a very clear roadmap, timelines on when these projects are supposed to be complete. Across all villages across the country, you'll realize that the contractors are doing shoddy work. They just leave a few poles, erect a few poles one market. They move at some corner, they just do some stringing, and they don't take their work seriously. This is painting a very bad image of the government and all of us who are here. Yet already they have a job to do. So either one, nobody is supervising them well, no one is taking firm action on these particular contractors, or someone is not accountable, because this is something that is very weighty. And I think the committee and all of us need to take this very seriously. And a number of us, actually, might not get our seats back because the Mwananchi wants to see electricity at his doorstep. Thank you.
Honorable Bugambi, member for Buri.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a serious concern on the responsiveness from the Kenya Power. Madam Speaker, you go to Kenya Power, it's very difficult to see the CEO. Madam Speaker, there are even some presidential pledges that were approved 3 years ago. And he doesn't respond. I have picked issues with him concerning the AFD project in Meru County. And the members from Meru County are here. There is a contractor who is very arrogant. A contractor who doesn't listen to anybody else other than the MD of Kenya Power. And we feel the MD of Kenya Power is protecting that constructor. Madam Speaker, we have held meetings and meetings. There is no follow-up. You cannot get any response from Kenya Power. At least when we go to Lelik, you get some responses. Madam Speaker, if the CEO cannot see members of parliament, the CEOs cannot respond to the questions from the members of parliament, it leaves a lot of concern to us. So I agree that this issue, particularly Kenya Power, need to be investigated deeply, and the Kenya Power leadership need to be called for failing Kenyans. The problem that has allowed every issues of electricity, they are all revolving around Kenya Power. There is a problem, and we cannot sit back and watch members being banished by their constituents because of the failures of Kenya Power, particularly the CEO. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Naomi Wako. Let me just give those who had punched their cards first, then I'll get to you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to add my voice to this very important debate that is going on the request that has been made. Honorable Speaker, the issue of last mile connectivity is something that is affecting the entire country. I have visited different offices. I've gone to REREC. They just keep you busy while you are there, and immediately you leave their office, nothing happens. Honorable Speaker, I agree with honorable members that we summon the CS, the PS, and all the CEOs so that we have a kamukunji to deal with this issue. And it seems as if they are concentrating on some areas and marginalizing some areas like northern part of Kenya, especially my county. We have pleaded with them. I have visited their offices several times, and they are not giving any attention while they are oversupplying some areas in this country, and that is not acceptable anymore. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Allow me to recognize the presence of the following school seated in the Speaker's Gallery: Consolata School from Westlands constituency, Nairobi County. On behalf of myself and the substantive Speaker and the entire National Assembly, we welcome you to the presence of Parliament. Thank you. Okay, Honorable Kibagendi? He has gone. Okay, sir.
Bissau Kiminini, Madam Speaker. This House has appropriated more than before a lot of money on electricity. Country over, every village issues with electricity. Now the question is, the type of contracts that are being put in place by these organizations, don't they have articles to mitigate these delays?